Exercise 1, we're going to roll through the feet. We're going to practice the plié. And we're doing this for 2 reasons. To give you the feeling of rolling through your foot to point, which you must do today. You know, this is about, you can't jump up and down anymore. And the other thing is making sure that you can do a demi-plie without backing into it like this, which I see all the time when I travel to different studios. So, what we're going to do, you know, you start always left hand on the bar, and you're going to look in the mirror. You want to see, so you're always number 1, right? Remember all my earlier videos, up here, forward here. So we're going to begin very slowly with a demi-plie, and we're going to push the foot, rolling over. And we want to stay here and hold this plie. And I feel my muscles here, and I feel my feet. And I'm going to roll down and straighten. And slowly we're going to do it again. And I'm always stretching up. I feel all my muscles working when I plie. And I'm pushing my arches over. And you want to go as high, as close to 3/4 you can. And this time you're going to roll down again. Okay, the 3rd time you do the plie, you roll over, you look at that, you feel it. Now you push all the way up to point. Okay, then you're going to cross your 5th and turn around, place the 5th, demi-plie 5th, and place yourself in 1st. And you're always watching to see that you're never sitting back or leaning over. Of course, your knees are over your toes, right? You want to really work with the foot. It's all about working your feet, all right? So we're going to have Saige show this to you. That look nice, Saige. Can you just stand in 1st position? I just want to show the viewer a little bit like when you go to 3/4 rolling over, and I want them to see, yeah, maybe, you know, just face for now, just face me this way so they can see your feet. So let's just slowly roll to 3/4. And the most important part is right there. And you want to make sure you buy point shoes that let you do this, okay? Then rolling down, okay? Because this is the point right here, the difference from going to 3/4 to full point. So do it again, Saige. So that's why I want you to, and then while you're doing this, I want you to really feel the control, the turnout, the muscles working in your hips as well, okay? So let's do it again, and let's show them that, all right? Exercise 2 is turning the plié, which is, I think, the most important movement because it's your preparation. So I want to remind you, this is a spinning top. I've used this before. So I pull it up and it doesn't turn. That's the first lesson. You don't pull up to turn, but you have to be stretched up. You see, this is a spiral. It's a twist. You have to twist, and as you push down, you start turning. And that is the most important concept. If you can just always visualize this, you stretch up, you're on balance too, right? And you twist, and you push down, and you're going to turn. So to practice this, I like to use a half-turn plié. So I can feel it, and we're using the mirror so we can see it. So we're going to begin with a demi-plie slowly. 1, a tendu, which places you on your leg. You have a demi-rond to the back, and we're going to slowly do a plie where you stay on your standing leg. It's the most important, right? You know, I'm really gripping the floor with my feet. I'm using my muscles here. Okay, and I'm going to see, remember the top, okay? I have to be turning with a downward movement. So as I plie, I'm going to start turning, and I have to turn to my back foot. And when I get to that, you see this foot's about ready to come off the floor, I'm going to push, and I'm just going to do a half turn. I'm going to put the foot in back, and I'm going to change the foot, and we're going to finish. Look at yourself on balance. Then you begin again. So we're going to do demi-plie. So I want to really stay on this left leg, okay? I've got my hips as high as I can. I'm stretching up. I feel my muscles. I'm going to see, I can see my knees bending. I can see it, I can feel it, and I feel my feet rolling, and I push, okay? And put it in back, step up, and then plie and down. So you're going to do this 4 times, and Saige is going to show it to you. Take your time. You have lots of time. The music is slow. Plie. And now you're on your leg. Look at yourself. Up. Now you're going to place it, and you can see your knees bend. Push. Right. And look at yourself again. You always want to see you're on balance. See that left shoulder over your toe. Now I want Saige, try to keep your head to the front a little bit longer so you can see the very end of your plie, which will help you to spot. Now you're going to see your plie turning. Now let's see if you can stay on your left leg a little bit more as you turn the plie. So you feel your left knee. It's only half, but still, on the left. Okay, good. And rest. Okay, Saige and the viewer too. I want you just to be careful because I'm not teaching you, I don't want you to get in the middle on 2 feet like this, and I don't want you to really just completely turn halfway and then come to a position, okay? But what I want is that you understand that what we're really doing is a preparatory movement that makes you relevé. So if your weight's really on this foot, by the time you get to here, you see, because my weight's here, this one wants to start to come up. So I can almost see, bing, you see, that's where I'm going to relevé. Okay, so you can see that from here. So don't turn your plie and then put your foot up in the position. But really, just from here. You know, you just about get to that corner, right? That corner, and that should be the end of the plie. Okay, let's try that. Now you see this? So just easy, because it's so little. That's it. Good. Right. Just that it just keeps flowing. So you know you're winding up, but only for half. Bing. Right. Just like you're talking to the floor, you're talking with your feet. So when is that that releve going to happen? Right. You can breathe out. You can smile. That's it. Right. That looks nice. Okay, now Saige will do the exercise on the other side. Exercise 3, we're going to do a complete pirouette on dehors at the bar, okay? And we'll start with the same plié, 1, and you have your tourne de second, 2, demi-rond. This you can do off the bar, right? And you're looking at the plié, and then you're going to watch, you're going to do exactly the same half-turn plié you did, okay? Except this time, you take yourself all the way around. You have a change, right? Put it down, get ready on the side. So, same we've been doing, 1, right? You're on your leg, 2. I'm still here. I'm using my muscles here, here. My right foot is really holding the floor. I'm getting ready. I'm bringing the plié so I can stay on this leg. I'm watching my knees bend, and I want to make sure that I can get to the end of the plié, which is over there, right? And you change. So the same idea always. What's most important? Plié, push down and out, knees and toes, and then we're going to add eyes now, a full spot. All right, let's have Saige do it. You can just go easy because you're only going to do 1 turn, okay? And begin with plié. You're stretching up, slow. Change to the back. And you can come down, rest. Good. Wait. Now starting over, now we're going to be on this side. So here's your right shoulder. Good. Change, wait. And plié and rest. And stay there. Take your time. Now put it slow on purpose. You have a lot of time. All about staying on that left leg. Good. And you can come flat and rest. I'm sure the person watching would like to rest on flat. Okay, so Saige, you know, right? And I know that last one you did was the best one. And it was because you could really get over the toe and roll, and you had a good snap with the head, okay? I mean, I know you don't have much to do because you're at the bar and it's only one turn, but still, you know, you can just kind of time everything out, right? And use it. Okay, let's try it again. Stay there. Good. I don't have time to do everything. Good. All right. You can come down and rest. And just wait. And just do one thing at a time. Stay there. You're going to keep your right side. Good. And when you're working in the mirror, even if you could try to see your eyes before and after, okay? Take your time. Wait, trying to. That's it. Rest. It's a good practice when we use the mirror if you can see your eyes, just to focus. Take your time. Right. Rest. That was good. Okay, now we're in center floor, exercise 4. We're going to do some échappé, relevé passé, and your pirouette en dehors. All right, so you're going to begin, croisé fifth, and you begin with an échappé changé to the corner, échappé to the corner, and you have a relevé passé. You're going to fondre on that leg, all right? You've got another relevé, taking the arms to fifth. You place your fourth position. You do your pirouette en dehors, finishing in fourth. And you're going to point and close. So you have échappé, échappé, relevé passé, fondre relevé, place the fourth, pirouette en dehors, finish fourth, point fifth. So you know what's happening is you're going to start turning around. So every time you're turning and changing, there has to be a shoulder going back. So I'm going to take my right shoulder back, my left shoulder back, and that places me on my left side, so I'm ready for the balance here. I'm going to use this leg, right, so I can push and roll up, and that shoulder goes back, and you're going to see your plié open and turn. You're going to finish in fourth, close fifth, right? So I'm getting ready to turn this way and that way, and I have to be on the leg here. I'm still on the leg. I'm still on my leg. I'm going to pirouette, I'm still on my leg, I'm still on my leg when I finish. So more and more, everything's on one leg all the time. And you close, and fifth. Okay, let's look at Saige. That looked good, Saige. Very good. We're off to a good start. Because we haven't explained to the viewer so much about the pirouette from fifth, but always I think let's flick the foot over this way so it kind of helps you to get over in the leg. So you don't want to just pick your foot up and then bring it to your knee. Not that you did that. I don't think you did. Okay? But just so you know that we're always feet, right? Knees and toes, knees and toes. And then when you go into the plié, if you stop moving, then you must repeat the plié, okay? The last thing you do, which is the most important, that knee has got to be moving over your toe, because remember all the pliés we did at the bar, because that knee is what's going to put you on balance. And when people start to fall over, if the pirouette gets shaky, it's because you start getting into position because of the arms too fast and the knee goes back. So show the audience, always show the audience your plié, okay? So even if you do relevé, plié, and you stop, do it again, do it again. The audience will never know. All they're going to say is, gee, you do such beautiful turns. Okay, all right, here you go. Well, as you can see, we've turned things around because we want a little bit more space to start to travel, okay? So we're going to do pas de bourrée, pirouette en dehors. So you start from B plus here, and we're going to go décoté, sideways, all right? So chassé pas de bourrée, plié fourth, do your pirouette. Let's have a nice stretch finish, okay? And again, 1 and 2, pirouette, 2, 4, do it again. 1 and 2, pirouette, 2, 4. I need to keep my shoulder there, don't I? Do a big piqué arabesque, and then you're going to bourrée suivi. Turn around, stay, 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 stay. And then we're going to go this way. 1. Now, I want you to remember that you're going to always, the last thing you see, you can feel it, the knee, right? Plié. You can see your plié, turn out, turn around. We need to see this foot. Show me how you point your foot each time, right? Your head's over here. Remember, we're going this way. Your head's over here. Right? The shoulder's going to go back. Remember, every movement, shoulder back, right? Shoulder back, back, right? Again, pas de bourrée, pirouette. Do a big arabesque, we're around, and then we'll just stop and finish the first set. Let's look at Saige. So good, you're doing some triples. See, I don't care if you fall over, you know. I mean, it's a class. It's not a performance. Okay, so here's where you can fall over, okay? Because then we can fix things. Right, this is nice, right? And I want you to I can see a good solid plié. Remember, we always show the audience the plié. You may think, well, I'm not supposed to do that. And so many teachers say, don't show any preparation, you know. But, you know, if you really show the audience your plié, they don't see it. But they're going to see you turn and because you're going to be on your leg, okay? So this is good. And then when you get from this side to this side, then just a little bit more. Because, you know, by the way, Saige is a lefty, which is unusual. She's a left turner, and actually we're turning to the left, so that you can go to the right, right? So that, and you know, everybody has a good side and a bad side. You know, most dancers are lucky if they can do pirouettes on the right side, and they never can turn to the left. So she's actually almost equal. So for Saige, because it's not so natural for her, I would just try to exaggerate a little bit more the stretching this arm and shoulder side so I feel it, okay? And I want to make sure I'm hanging on with that foot and this knee. I just want to delay it a little bit so I can really see, that I'm over my foot. So just, if you concentrate on the preparation and do it, you'll get your turns. Okay, let's do it again. Or you do it again. Okay, this next exercise is a real squeezer. Okay, it's really hard because we're doing one of the most difficult, challenging steps, which is the en dedans pirouette on point. You know, when I teach classes everywhere, that seems to be what knocks people over. Even professional dancers can have trouble with it. So, let's work on it. All right, so we're going to start from here, with the tendu preparation into fourth, and let's begin with the soutenu, en dedans. So we'll begin by changing to the point here, and let's releve here, and you see your fifth, turn around, look at yourself in fifth, demi-plie, tendu, be prepared. You know, I'm going to go back, I want to go back this way, so that now it feels very natural for me to go that way. You see, I want to use shoulder back each time, and I'm going to keep turning the shoulder back, okay? And I'm here, and plié, point. Then this time, you're going to go from this preparation into the pirouette directly, landing in a fondu derrière, quickly, pas de brillantina, so that once more you have a plié, tendu, because we're going to do it again, okay? So I'm stretching back there, so I feel I can turn, and you know, this arm, if you're going to do a pirouette, this arm is going to turn around. Let's use the one going back and not the one going forward. Because remember, all ballet dancing is based on turning out. Not just to look at, but you see my right leg there, my left leg here. So I'm in balance. When you fall over, it's because all your weight may be going in the same direction. So it's very important. Here's this side, now here's this side. Do this, do that. You're going to do it, or Saige is going to do it, both sides for you. All right, let's look at Saige. Well, that looked like you really know what you're doing, Saige, right? Because that's really hard to do it slow like that and quiet like that, right? But I could see your eyes really big spotting. That's just really good. But are you breathing? You know, I think I would now. I always want, when the moment I'm going to go into turn, I want to, you know, take a breath. I'm stretching up, okay? Then I want to think, okay, let it out. You want your ribs to go down. You want your chest to go up. And you want the air to go out too, also, so that's what keeps your muscles from getting tired. Okay, but it just helps you, that idea of everything down into the floor, right? We're still pushing down, right? Good. Try it again. Okay. Okay, we're moving on nicely. But before we go on, I want to mention and point out to you that did you see how in the last set of the exercise, Saige lost her balance, fairly badly, in the pirouette. But the last time she did it, she learned from it and she fixed it and she looked great. And this is a sign, that she's on the right track and working. Because when she's on stage, she's only going to make a mistake once. And then she'll have fixed it. She'll have learned from the mistake. So this is what you want to be doing, and it's starting to get into her muscles, and she knows kind of now what she needs to do with her body. And this is what this is all about. All right, so this exercise, we're going to do a piqué arabesque, but en manège. When you hear the word manège, it means circle. So you're going to do piqué in a circle. So you're going to, this is the audience, so you're starting, so the first time you have your piqué arabesque, not too big, all right? We're not thinking about lift your leg up. We're thinking about stepping to the point, to the balance, all right? So you're on your leg, and then you're going to begin going around, right? Step, step, pique, and you want to make sure you just get yourself around so that you can also finish the last pirouette to the audience. You step through the B+, you have a chassé pas de bouée, diagonal, and you're going to do under your pirouette to fourth and step back. And then we'll go the other way, right? So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, pirouette and point. Now I'm traveling this way, so what's the rule of opposition? My head's over here, because also we know we're working in fourth position, so I'm not going to be leaning over my foot, and I need this back arm. I need to keep reaching back so that I can step forward. And you know what's important each time? I want to see this foot point and that one point. Okay? You're not going to do this. You're not going to drop down. You never do that. You always have to place your foot into the floor. So you'll see when Saige does it, because the music is like that also. All right, let's look at Saige. That's pretty, yeah? Can you give me a little bit of movement in this, just not too much, but just so I can see that it's not dead. Okay, just a little bit of, there, just a slight lift of the wrist. And then you completed your circle here. So just to help you recover your balance, let's look over here, like you're on the stage. Let's look at the audience over there as you pas de bourrée, which will give you more feeling of this side of your body, and also bring the hips all, see, because you've been kind of working like this for the arabesque, which is okay. But you don't want to turn like that. So you got to change the feeling, right? This arabesque feeling now has to become this very straight and very tight here, remember? And back here and ears back, right? So you really think this way when you go. Okay, so it's a really different feeling in the body. But that's why we're doing this. Okay, all right, let's let you do it. Okay, we're moving on. We're going to move a little bit faster. And we're starting now to do both sides, okay, to keep you working, keep you busy, to keep you thinking, so you learn your placement even faster. So let's begin from a point tendu croisé, and you're going to fondu, you're going to relever and développer écarté, okay, we want to see this. Then you're going to bring your foot forward, and you fondu relever in attitude croisée, derrière. And you have quickly pas de bourrée under, closed fifth, and you have a little hop out of that. Chassé, pas de bourrée, and then we're going to do pirouette en dehors. Finish fourth, step back, and you can even let your arms go there. So now, remember that same idea. If I want to get from here to there, then when I do this, I'm already thinking, okay, I want to, you see, I'm starting to turn this. I'm starting to, so that as I releve, I'll be over this foot, which will let that leg open nice and high. Now, I have to switch. I have to go over here. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go back like that, so my foot can be placed forward, because you know only toes and hips go forward, right? So now I can releve the attitude, and I know I want to go over here, pas de bourrée, so I'm going to look over here. Now I want to go over here, so I have to look over there. Because where you look is where your head is going to be. And where your head is determines how you can move your legs and feet. So then we have the chassé pas de bourrée, and you go into your plié, and you pirouette, and back. So this is going to be 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, pirouette, stretch. You have to get ready, and 1, and 1, and 1, and 1, 1, and 2, pirouette, and stretch. So lots of action, which means what? Shoulder back, shoulder back. Every releve, pushing down, right? Pushing down, stretching up, pushing down. Let's look at Saige. You know what I like, and I think you must be noticing? Did you notice how she finished with 3 pirouettes? The last thing you see is what you always remember, you know. So no matter how she messes up, if she did, but she didn't so much, you know. But the last thing you do, and that shows, you know, and that's what you're working for, is that she's able to focus in and fix things, you know, and go for it. She doesn't get discouraged. She doesn't get rattled, you know. She doesn't say, oh gosh, you know, I can't do it, which so many dancers do. Right? She stays very calm and just do it again. Saige, you know what you need to do to help you? Because it's a little bit pushy, this music. So when I start from here, I right away think, even though I'm going to bring my arm to first, I'm really thinking from here, and so I'm just almost whacking that arm back. Okay? I'm really always using that to help me do this. And then I'm going to do this one. See, I want to go like that. Yum. You see, I kind of feel like I have to go back there for the attitude. Then I need to, from here, you know, quickly get over here. Then I need to get over there. See, I mean, you almost have to put your head way over there, because remember, everything you're doing is supposed to be on the stage. So when you look in the mirror, you know, you're looking at the audience. And if you're at the Metropolitan Opera House, you know, people, the orchestra and the parterre, and the, you know, they're sitting way up there. You know, all the cheap seats for the poor students. You know, you have to dance to them way up there. So you need to look at them, you know. You have to dance up there. The people down here, they're rich. They don't care. You know, they're falling asleep anyway. You know, you have to dance to people up there. They're your fans, okay? So always think everything up, 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 you know. The pirouette, eyes level, yes. But then, you know, you go on, think way out there. Go way past the walls of this room, okay? Be big, okay. got more dancing to do. We're going to expand your vocabulary because you're going to do a Grom pirouette, à la seconde, en dedans, inside turn. All right, so we're going to begin from the ton de preparation. You have a pas de bourrée en tenant, en dedans, right? Pas de bourrée, you're up. You're going to plié here. You're going to do a grand rond de jambe, un relevé. And with just enough force you show à la seconde to the audience, you're going to fall back. You're going to chasse back, step back. You have a fond du développé, croisé. You're going to chasse forward. You're going to do a piqué, turning the arabesque to the audience. And you have a fond du, pas de bourrée, finish up. That's the first half. All right, so let's just review that. So you're starting here. So this is on the 1 count. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. 5. This is 6. 7, 8. Okay, next half. This is 1, 2. Now we're going to do it. We're going to do the à la seconde turn. Remember, it's going to start the same way as everything else. And what you want to do, you got to see this, right? So you're not going to lift your leg up in second. You're going to turn away from it. And if you can turn the plié back there, your leg will automatically come up since it's attached to your body. Right? Okay. Then you're going to cross over in fondu. And then we have a bourrée, en tenant. Okay. And then you're going to step down, ready to go to the other side. All right? So then this way, this is going to be 1. You can see yourself in the mirror. This is going to be 2. You can look back here because you're going to look out here. Okay. And from there, don't forget, you're turning this way. Your head must be over here. You're going to go over here. Your head must be over here. But now we have to switch because you're going to turn on the left leg. So remember the rule? Your head has to be here. How do you know you're going to do the turn? Because you're going to see your plié turn out and around. And you're going to use this arm. You kind of give it a little whack in a way. You know, you're going to go yum. Okay, you're going to turn this arm, which is connecting to this side. You're going to turn this side. Okay, and then you're going to finish with that. You have your bourrée, en tenant, and then we'll just stop. So we're going to have Saige show this to you on both sides. All right? Let's look at her. Well, that was so fast, right? Busy, busy, busy. Good. But you know, life is getting faster, not slower, right? So we have to learn to move faster and faster and faster so we can keep up, you know, with the sports, you know, with the running, right? So people really enjoy it. Good. So when you start, you know, if you can look in the mirror, da, 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 and then can you see this? You can see that right now. You can look away because it'll help you fall back. Now look at this. And then just keep your eyes here, okay, you're getting ready, and show me this, okay, because you have time now to go quick, 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 all right, this is good, right? So remember, what you're going to look for, if you fall over, you have too much weight on one side of your body, so remember the rule, you never want to do shoulder forward, you don't want to lift your leg up. When you do these turns in the big poses like this, where your leg is extended, you look in the mirror, and you watch to see how far can you go in the, you see my foot starting, you see my back here coming up? That's when it's going to come up, okay? So you don't worry about lifting it up, but put all your effort, use the weight back here, so now you can go that way. Remember, half and half, your on your down turn, okay? And then see if you can see yourself, thumb at the end of it, okay? Yeah, I know. But because, you know, if you think that you want to see yourself, then you can do it. Yeah, it's like a computer. You have to program it, okay? I'm not going to fall down. I'm going to see myself on balance, okay? Try it. Okay. Okay, we're going to do, you know, one of everybody's favorite steps, piqué turn, okay, which is piqué pirouette en dedans. So we're just going to go straight across the floor. When you're starting this, you know, again, I'm going to turn this way, so I know what, my head has to be on this shoulder, okay? I like to teach and practice piqué turns as a complete half turn. So my concern is not doing this, which makes you look turned in, but rather how far can I step away from here? And I want this arm on the count of one to be there. I want to do a half turn like this, okay? And I'm not going to worry about closing my arms, because the more you learn to work with your arms open, the stronger your body gets and your balance gets, and the nicer you look. You know, the less you do with your arms when you're turning, the better. So we're going to count here, 1 and 1, okay? And I'm looking here, but my head is here because I keep turning this way, all right? So you've got 4 of those piqué turns, and then we're going to do a bourrée on premier, which is first position, so a little bit turned in. And you know, you can kind of look this way when you go, and then you step forward and point. So this is going to be 1. So you know that you're going from that side to this side, 1. So we can really see your back, and you'll be perfectly turned out when you do it. So you got 4 of those, and then feet paralleled, and you can take the arms up and lean. You can lean over a bit, you know, give it a little bit of character, a little bit over here, and then point this way, okay? Let's watch Saige. That looks easy. Let's make it a little bit harder in that how far can you step out, okay? How far, because you know, after 1 turn comes 2, and then 3, and then they come like this, and then they come like that, you know, right? Anytime you're ready. So then also, when you do the bourrée, as a practice too, it's how many toes can you do? How many toe foot movements can you do? That's it, because what makes beautiful bourrées is how many times can you do toe, 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 toe. So even though it's parallel, practice it that way. I don't care how far you go, because you already traveled on the piqué turn, okay? But try it. All right. In this next exercise, again, something, you know, quite difficult, but, you know, if it's not hard, why don't you do it, right? So we're going to start with the preparation, a pose and a tourne. That's on your 1 count, all right? Tourne, then you're going to chasse, and then you're going to do a piqué, attitude, entonnoir, turning en dedans. So you're going to take your piqué here, and you need to be able to hit the point, right? Placing the body over, but at the same time you're turning, and then you can just step through, and then we'll just have a little chasse pas de bourrée and rest, because you're going to begin on the 1 count. So this is going to be 1 and 2, and yeah, you know, so we need to feel when we do that. I'm going to turn this way, my head has to be here, but what's different about this is that I have to make a big adjustment in the body, right, for the attitude. I don't want to look like I'm doing this kind of attitude where there's no balance and the leg sticks out to the side. I want you to really tilt the pelvis and arch the back. So this, you see, standing from here, the head stays on the chest, straight neck, right? But I'm really supporting, stretching up, but I'm supporting here, and I know now I'm more over my toe here. So it's a completely different balance, right? So that's why we're working it, to develop your skill, as well as you're going to try to pivot You're going to really work through your shoe, and you're really trying to turn your foot, turn your leg, turn your arm. So it's got a lot of things in though it looks so simple, but it's actually quite difficult, which is why Saige is going to do it. We were just talking about the arabesque position the other day, because Saige was saying how her lower back was really hurting her and felt stiff, and then when she showed me what she was doing, she looked like she was just trying to lift her leg up from her back, and she wasn't really making any adjustment in her body. But so once you come up to fifth, okay, so in the passé, back, so what's important from here is she's going to really support in here, and she's going to start to tilt, and she's going to stretch up her chest, which passes her leg back. Right. So that's a difference, okay? Come down again. So as soon as you want your leg to start going up higher, you're not going to stay here, all right? But you really have to get to a different space in the room and in relation to your supporting leg. So there's a sense, right, of really keeping your chest very high and really supporting. So when you do the turn, actually, because you're going to start from here, then you're going to go this way. So what you want to try to do as you chasse is to, almost like lean back, so that it will give you somewhere to work from when you place yourself over the leg. You kind of have to work everything in opposition. So it's like the more that you feel back there, then you can go that way. Right. Just try it. Play with it. Okay. Now we're going to start practicing your fouetté, rond de jambe, en tonneau, your fouetté turns. And let's take a look at this top again. Because remember, you stretch up, and you twist, and you push down and turn, right? So you can't pull yourself up into a turn, but you have to be stretched up. There has to be a twist, which is going to be reflected in your spine. And remember, we talked about the plié turning around. And you turn. Of course, the trick is now you're only on one leg. So we have to still use that same idea. So this is going to be a fouetté rond de jambe en sautier. When you hear that word sautier, it's like a hop or a chug. So Saige is going to begin from the fifth. She's going to take a little bourrée, and she's going to plié in fourth, beginning with an en dehors pirouette. And now she's going to open, croisé, and she has a chug or a hop to open the leg in second, which is the end of the plié, which puts her into the turn. And then she repeats it. So it's going to be counted as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And so this is all about actually keeping that placement. So it's really a strength movement. It's very, very difficult to do this, on point. But if you do it right, like anything else, it's not so hard. Okay? So what you're going to watch for is to keep the placement. So in order to turn this way, then I need to start back there. Remember, it's always opposition. I really need this arm, as though it's on the bar almost, so that I can balance the movement of this leg opening. But more than that, I want to make sure that I'm really in my plie. So it's really muscles. I can feel my muscles have to work. I've got to keep my shoulder, my hip, my thigh, my knee over the toe. And as long as I do that, when I plie each time, then I'll be all right, okay? So let's Saige work on this. Let's see what happens. Okay, we're off to a good start. Can you see, Saige, just show me, begin with the plie croisé. Okay, now let me see second, hop to second. Now, can you really see that and feel that? I want you to see that in the mirror. That's what you're going for, okay? Each time that you really get over your toe, and almost a little bit heavy, okay, because that's what this practice is about. It's learning to do this plie, because once you do the plie, and you know, by the way, when you see people doing this fouetté, and I've studied, the best dancers in the world on video in slow motion. And all of them, when they actually do the fouetté turn, they look like that. The leg gets to second, and the heel is still down. And that's why I think they're good. Because, like anything else, it's about the plie, about the preparation. Okay. So in your mind, you're just really thinking, I have to see that plie. Where's the next plie? Where's the next plie? Okay? All right, think of it that way. Just one more thing, which was like, you know what I really liked about what you did this last time? Is you did your bourrée and you very carefully placed your foot. So when you roll your foot down like that, I think it helps you to feel the muscle in the plie too, doesn't it? So that's something to remember too, that you don't want to be either up or down, right? It's the going through, because then you're going to go through that foot again when you go up. Okay, well, we're going to go on with fouettés. Okay, so now we're going to go on, or rather, Saige is going to go on, and she's going to do the actual fouetté turn, all right? So she's going to use this bourrée again, okay? And she's going to begin now, this time with a double pirouette, which helps to give a little bit of momentum to begin with. And this time she won't do the hopping, but she'll just do the plié into the turn, the fouetté. But the principle is still the same. She's still looking to see her plié open. She's watching for the plié. She's looking to see that she's balanced here, right? So when you do the fouetté, it's going to be 75% is in plié. So although it looks like she's going up and turn, but in her mind and in your mind, you want to think plié, spot, plié, spot. So the plié is longer than the turn. Because when you think about it, here you are in the plié, and now you're going to relevé, but it's already time to come down because you have to begin with your leg to the corner, you see? So that's not even a full turn, is it? So what we need to make sure is that you hit home base each time. Plié, plié. So in my mind, as when I used to do Grom pirouettes, which is almost the same thing, then I had to feel very heavy. Almost as though I was going to make noise with my heel, because I want to keep the weight here. All right, so then after Saige does the fouetté turn and finishes with a pirouette, then she's going to take a pique arabesque to the wing, and then just turn around and walk, and then come back. So again, we're using the mirror, and we want to see what's happening. We want to see how we do it. We want to see it and feel it. All right, here comes Saige. nice multiple turns here. I'm worried about your right foot again in the arabesque. I would rather, look at yourself in the mirror. Yeah. I want you to take a look at yourself. Do it to the audience, which is fine. You'd be going off, but look to the audience, and then you can just fix your foot. Okay. We always have something to fix, you know. Good. So how did that feel to you? Okay? You can see it, right? What I want to do, I know to the right side is a little bit, doesn't feel as comfortable, but can you just think a little bit more with your left arm? Really use this very strongly, even make it longer against your right leg to help you to balance. Because that's where it is, you know. As long as you keep this here, you won't fall over, right? Okay, so you're looking for that. Are you going to breathe out? Yeah. Okay, all right. Was very nice. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so what about if we wanted to just play with something? What about if we wanted to do double pirouette, single, double pirouette? We'll do it to the same music, so you have that timing already. And just because these days, you know, most of the ballerinas are all expected to double it. Rather, they don't do my singles. Nobody does it anymore, really, right? They do it when they can't do the doubles anymore. So it's better for you to practice that, I think. Okay. So let's start with a double, do a single, do a double, and do another one, single, into a double, boom, and then do your arabesque again, okay? Yeah, just try it. Okay. Big eyes, too, okay? All right. Good. You did left side too. Great. But that's good for you, like that. Now, can you give me a little bit more, like bigger, like open your whole body to the audience, open, and then we can, because we're going to do a double and quickly, so you can think E. As you kind of we're going to whack it a little bit, okay? Yum ta ta. When you're going to do the double, yum ta ta. A little more like that to help you. Okay. Once more. Okay, good. Okay, it's okay. It's good. So you know what happened? A little bit more weight on this side. Let's just do the beginning of the to the right side. So the left knee. Get the left. Get the left. Good. Get the left. Yeah, right. You can do it. Yeah. I mean, she's only 15, you know. Good. Okay. Hello, I'm Finis Jhung. And I'd like to introduce you to Saige Miller, who did my level 4 videos and is now doing the level 5 point work and the level 5 center work on turns and jumps. So let's get a little bit of your history. First of all, how old are you?
15.
15. You just turned a couple of months ago,
yeah,
right?
July.
Okay. And how long have you been dancing?
Since I was 7.
7, about 8 years. So where was that? Where did you start dancing?
School of American Ballet.
Okay. And what did that mean? You took class every day?
Yeah, no, when I first started, I think I only had class once a week.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then when did you start, how did it go on? Like every year you started taking more classes?
Every year, as
Okay. So that's I met you about 2 years ago, almost, right?
Yeah.
And then we started to work together privately.
Yeah.
So we've been almost every week.
Yeah,
Right?
once a week.
We've been working once a week, okay? And then about, was it 2 years ago, you switched schools, you left?
Yeah, now only 2 years.
Yeah. And now you're at?
Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis School
Right.
at ABG.
That's American Ballet Theater. Right. Which is quite a prestigious place to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure lots of viewers and lots of young dancers and old dancers, too, would love to be somehow in that building and connected with that company. So, who is your favorite dancer?
Paloma Herrera.
Roma Herrera.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because she's amazing.
Well, yeah, she's got feet like
Yeah.
that are unreal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she can. She has a beautiful line.
Yeah.
She has lots of passion.
Yeah.
Lots of excitement, fire in her eyes,
Mm-hmm.
right? And beautiful line, beautiful feet, and she seems to be unafraid
Yeah.
to do things. You think you like that about her too?
Yeah,
And she can do any kind of dancing too.
Yep.
Right? She does both the traditional pas de pas as well as the more contemporary, the William Forsythe and everything, right? Good. So that kind of gives you an idea too what you need to do for yourself
Yeah.
too. Then if you want to be like her, and I don't see why you can't. So besides, you take now class every day,
Yes.
every afternoon at the ABT school,
Mm-hmm.
and then what kind of things besides, you have technique class?
Yeah, we have technique, variations, partnering, and then we have Pilates once a week and character and modern once a week.
So Pilates is you doing it on the floor, exercises, mats?
Mhm.
Yeah, because one thing I noticed since I started working with Saige, I think when I first met you, you just seemed to be kind of
Yeah.
a little loosey-goosey, right? You know, where she's coming from. But I think, as you'll see, even from our video last year, that you seem to have a very good sense of the center of your body, or what we call the core, right?
Yeah.
The core strength, which all good dancers have to have. And in fact, that's what I noticed is missing from a lot of dancers when I visit other schools or outside of New York. And so that has, I think, given you some place to work from, right? Because I think you'll see when you look at Saige dance, her leg seems to go very easily, and we want to get it higher in a second, but that's going to happen. But she seems to have this sense and a sense of her posture and her placement, which is a big change, actually, in a couple of years. So where do you see yourself going in the future? I mean, what kind of ballets do you want to do?
Copalia.
Okay, that would be fun.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Swan Lake.
Okay. Those are on your big wish list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think you'd be perfectly suited for Copalia, too. Doesn't she have such a great smile and eyes? Yeah, it helps to be very pretty, too, and you have that line. But yes, because I think it's very important to have goals like that and ideas like that. So are you basically always healthy?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And then during the summertime, you also do a lot of swimming, do
Yes,
you?
a lot of swimming.
And you find that helps you?
Yeah.
And I know every day, which we're going to show you, part of what Saige does, too, to get herself ready, usually before we work out.
Mm-hmm.
She has her own...
Stretches.
Yes, she has her own ritual, which I think is wonderful, because she's getting into herself and getting into her body, and I think it really is part of the preparation to be an artist like that. Okay, well, anyway, we have lots of things we're going to be doing in these videos, and I think you're going to have fun watching how Saige does with this, and I think you're going to have even more fun watching her and watching out for her in the future, because I think she is going to definitely be somebody we want to see. Okay, let's talk about your magic shoes. Okay. They're not red, but they're going to be dancing anyway, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so for you, what are you looking for in a shoe? Why did you choose this shoe?
Because it's comfortable.
Okay.
It's wide, so my feet don't feel like crammed in it. And also it's a full shank inside, and then on the outside it's 3/4, which allows you to like go over the box better.
Okay, and also it looks like because there isn't a full shank on the outside, then you don't have so much
Material.
Because you'll see it a lot of times if you look at pictures, even of professionals, there's this big bunch of cloth at the end of the heel, which really kind of distorts the shape of the foot. But I think you'll see when Saige has her shoe on, it pretty much is right on your heel, right?
Yeah.
Like that. Okay, and you've got, are you using an elastic?
Yeah,
there?
I'm using one thick elastic, and
Okay.
then flexors, which have like elastic in the ribbon.
Okay. And this is something, I think when I was dancing, I don't think any of the dancers, they didn't have a, you'd think, why don't they invent this sooner? Is it because of the elastic, I guess? Or?
Yeah.
But in any case, it lets...
Allows you to plié more.
Right, without that tension like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, here's the shoe. Now, do you have anything special? I mean, these are not, they're already kind of broken in because we're going to use these today.
Yeah.
But when you first get a pair, what's your ritual for breaking shoes in?
I step on the box, and then I turn it over and step here. And then I put them on my feet, and I stand on the bar and put my arch like on here, and it breaks in the arch and
Okay.
allows it to mold to my foot better.
Is that something you saw somebody else doing, or did you just...
No, I just figured it out, and it works.
But you know,
so.
that's what most people have to do. You kind of have to just talk to yourself and feel what has to happen, right? Good, okay. So now what's going to happen there? I see you've got a big hole in your tight there, right?
Yeah.
But that's by purpose, right?
Yeah, because I put my tights up in the back, so the point shoe sticks to my heel better.
Okay.
And then,
Because not everybody does that.
no, but a lot of people do.
But again, in my time, we didn't, I don't think anybody did that. Or maybe they cut holes, but I don't think so. I think a lot of them just had full feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's going to happen now?
And then toe pads. These are ouch pouch, and it's just like gel on the inside.
In here?
Yeah, it's the whole entire thing, but it's pretty thin.
Yeah, because you see it's not, it's not like a,
Yeah, it's pretty thin.
and you don't like lamb's wool, you don't
No.
like paper.
It's too much like padding. And this, like, you can still feel the floor, but it's not painful.
Okay. So also just say, just point your foot if the camera can see. Well, maybe just put your foot this, because what you want to see are her toes. That actually, no, you can do it this way. If we can just see that actually her second, well, you almost kind of, you're really relying a lot on your big toe.
Yeah.
Because again, you know, everybody has different feet, different toes, right?
Right.
So actually this is not the most optimal foot arrangement, is it? Because you want always the second toe, second and third toes.
Yeah.
So you have more toes to stand on. So she's taking a lot of weight here, but it's good because so far I don't see any big bunions. Right?
Yeah.
But that's also why you're getting a wide
Wider
bum.
shoe,
Right. Because I see a lot of girls when I travel across the country, and they're wearing these pointy shoes, you know, and it doesn't look like, doesn't look like the foot's even in it, okay?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so what's going to happen now when you're getting ready?
So then I put the toe pad on.
Okay. Okay.
And then I just do this to like mold it the right way.
You need a pad inside.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then you tie it.
And I can't tell you when I travel, I see very strange ways that people tie their ribbons too.
And then you tuck it in.
And then that pretty much does it.
Mm-hmm.
Good. The color feels good for you too, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of nice with the tights. They're not really pink.
Right.
So how many hours are you working on point now when you're at ABT?
Like 3.5 hours.
In the point shoes?
Yeah.
So getting ready to be a pro, right?
Yeah.
So actually you feel more comfortable now wearing pointe shoes.
Yeah. It's so much harder to do flat now.
And when you think about, well, you'll see what she's going to be doing on pointe too, but it's just amazing. I mean, I'm still amazed when I watch dancers rise on pointe and releve and do all the things they do on just those little toes or little toe. It's just amazing, which is why you need to make sure that you find the shoe that is really the most comfortable. I guess that is the right word for it, right? That you can trust it and you feel good, that you feel like you can move and work in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to stand up and do things.
Okay.
Okay. So Saige, every time before we do our private class, whatever, if you don't do anything, you have to stretch, right? So, and you always start the same way, don't you?
Yeah.
So what is that doing for you?
It's stretching the front of my hip.
Okay. Although she's so stretched out anyway, when you see her, you're going to wonder why she does this. But if you feel like it just makes you feel like you're ready to go. Okay, then you're going to do this.
And then stretches out front.
That looks very yoga too. Like, I think it is a yoga pose. Yeah. Okay.
And then I think it's a little it stretches out like that.
Your hamstring. Which did you try doing the stretch longer? Remember telling you? Yeah, because the Saige wants to get her leg up higher in second. And so she was doing a stretch, but she said she's only doing it for what? Like 30 seconds? And I told her that the most effective stretching time is 3 minutes. So you just have to be gentle about it, of course, Also, you may wonder, what happened here? How come you do that?
No, these are convertible tights, so you can, like with your pointe shoes.
Because you like to, when you wear your pointe shoes, you don't wear a full... the old days, there weren't tights like this, right? But because it would make it...
You pull up the back of the heel so the pointe shoe sticks to your heel better.
Okay. Because you may notice that when she puts on her pointe shoes, that shows sometimes. But that's good. Okay, so then you just feel like when you... and you have to be careful when you're doing this, if you're not built like her. Okay.
And then you go to the side and it stretches out here.
Okay. Just take your time. So if you put your foot up like this, for your arabesque too, whatever, right? So when you're stretching like this, and you feel like that's what's getting you ready to do your bar, or so for you, it's almost more important that you really feel that you're stretched, because not all dancers do this. I don't think. Huh? I don't think so. They may lie on their back, or they may do the crunches, right? But this looks very comfortable. For you, I couldn't do that. Okay. So this is getting all of this too, right? But you always were, from the time you were young, she's still young, but you were always flexible, right? And turned out.
But I feel like I can work it better when I'm stretched out.
Of course, now because you're also taking more classes, right? So that, and when you do that and you do different exercises, that makes your muscles tight, right? Or tired, right? So it's good to do this. It's interesting because this is like her ritual, right? She goes through this all, if we don't do anything else, she has to always do these stretches, right? Okay. But it's also kind of, because usually I'm not talking to her when she does this, So you can just kind of get into yourself, right?
Yeah.
But that's good. It's very good to do something like this then. Whether you do exactly these stretches or not, but to have a little bit of quiet time and just to tune into your body like this. And that's good actually, because you always want to stretch the muscles in the back of your leg for your knees, right? Runners do things like that too, I think, right? And you're also stretching your back when you do that too.
Yeah.
Right? You can back into it. So is it better with this?
Yeah, because you're more on like a slant.
Okay. So, when I was dancing, we didn't have things like this. We didn't, nobody did, but people just put on their clothes and went and did pliés. You know? But they all dance kind of very chunky, and if you look at films of back to my time and before that, dances were very choppy and not very stretched out. Very, the aesthetic today is much more long, and everything has to be very fluid. So this makes a lot of sense that way too, right? And also you're stretching your foot, and do that too. I think you can get these foam rollers usually at any physical therapist's place. Usually have these. I have one like this at home that I lie on for my back, right? Okay. So you just stay till you feel like...
Yeah, I feel like it's getting stretched out.
Okay. See, she's in a perfect split like this. Hyper. But this is great because then, for the grand jetés, right? Which we'll be hitting some of those in one of the classes today. Okay. She goes over that way. So see, also all of this is really coming out of the core, out of the center of her body. Right? But you also do Pilates, do you? Right? Because since I've been working with Saige, she's gotten much, 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 much stronger, which you'll see when you watch her dance, that she's very, very good here. But you're doing a couple of times a week, or you just... Once a week. So before you dance, you take class, do you do?
Sometimes.
Yeah, okay. But you'll see that she's really, for her, because she's just turned 15, that she's really quite strong and stable here, which also has to do with, with the stretches she's doing. You'll notice that her legs go up very easy. They almost seem to float up, which is very nice to do. And when this is doing...
just stretches.
The hips back here, right? Your back. Okay. But all this has to do with increasing the range of movement, which is what you want, because as a dancer, you have to talk with your body. And these days, with the choreography, too, it goes all different places, right? So the more that you feel like you're ready to do things with your whole body and your legs, the more value you have to a choreographer and a company.
And this stretches the side of your back.
Right. I do something like that too. I don't look like that when I stretch. Good. See, then she's getting all the twisting too, the lengthening of the back muscles and through the shoulder.